Hey, Peter, I couldn't help but notice your vaginal warts.
I couldn't help but notice that you're European.
Couldn't help but notice you're British.
I have to ask, why? Why are you British?
Peter, why are you British?
Why are you white? What
All
the
right.
fuck did you just say?
What the fuck did you just say to me? Oh, man. But welcome to episode 5 of the Loose Podcast. Can't believe we're at episode 5 already. Jesus
Episode
Christ.
5.
Cinco. Yes, sir. Holy crap, man. We've been doing this for an entire month. Like, the first episode aired on May 1st. And we're on, what's today's date? The 26th?
Yep, 26.
Dang, dude. This
Almost
is
a full
crazy.
month.
Yeah, we've been doing this, like, consistently. Holy crap, this is crazy.
Now we have one video per viewer.
Exactly.
So to all 5 of you who listen to our podcast, thank you so much.
Preach.
We
You
appreciate
keeping us up. You keeping us up.
you keeping the lights on for sure.
Yes, sir.
But for real though, like no matter how big or how small our numbers are, it really does mean a lot that we have people that really do want to listen. That's cool.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Never thought anyone would want to listen to me talk about nothing for however long we do this.
That's the great thing about talking about nothing though, because like anybody can tune into it. and
Exactly, yeah.
Pay as little or as much attention as they want to.
Precisely, mate.
They're here for our beautiful voices. Which, by the way, Gabe got me sick, so now I have his sick voice. No, he didn't really do that. But now I sound sick now.
Nah, we both sick, bro.
Yeah,
It's the sick boys.
we sick.
We sick tonight.
Sorry. Yeah, yo, my job been working me like a horse, dog. Freaking
word?
yeah, bro. I just finished doing like 2 doubles, like back to back. The past 2 days, I've been at work more than I've been at home, which is crazy.
Man, that's hell.
It really sucks. Like, it's just, you know what sucks just about like work in general, when niggas just call out, but don't even give an excuse. They call out and they're just like, yeah, I can't come in. Why? I just can't come in. Nigga, I have to like cover your shift. Give me a reason why you're not here.
I have a life, man. Just like you.
And this nigga only works 2 times a week.
Oh my god.
And he called out both times. I'm like, nigga, at least give me a reason as to why you're not at work.
He don't want to get his bread up. That's what it is. He's not about his bread.
He's not about the bread. I'm literally robbing this nigga, bro.
In the most legal way possible.
Yeah, exactly. I'm taking this nigga bread, bro. Yeah, dude. Nigga, it's just annoying, bro. Like, that type of shit just gets on my nerves. It's
Yeah, I feel you too, because like back when I was working a similar job to you, when I was doing SPO in DC,
yeah.
they would have me do some doubles, and I wasn't even there for long, but like there was always somebody calling out for some reason.
Right. It just I mean, I get it. Like, no one wants to do the job. Like, no one wants to do this. That job sucks. Like, security legitimately sucks. Like, I know it doesn't require a lot of physical work, but it requires a lot of mental work. Because it's just like,
it's so mind numbing.
Yes, bro. You're in one spot
for like
16
hours.
Yes, for 16 hours, and you're just there, like, existing in this spot.
Yeah.
And like, a lot of people look at that as like, yo, you're getting paid to chill. Like, I mean, yeah, but at the end of the day, like, you're like in an uncomfortable area. You're in a place where you don't want to be, talking to, like, interacting with people you don't want to interact with, like, for an allotted amount of time. And you would, like, trust me, anybody given that amount of time would want to be anywhere else than there.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I feel like people who say that haven't actually done anything like
Yes,
that.
exactly.
Because like doing nothing at work and doing nothing at home are two very
Two
different
completely different things, man.
things. Two very different things.
Because like you're there, like when you're at home, you're in like you're zen, like you're zenned out.
You're in your spot.
Yeah, you're surrounded by things. You know where you're at. You can do what you want. Like you're literally home. You're at home. But doing nothing at work is hell. It's actually hell. Because like I mean you can be on your phone or whatever, but like after a couple hours, you've reviewed everything that you could have reviewed on your phone. You
Yeah.
literally looked at every video on YouTube, every post on Twitter, every post on Instagram, and then now what? You're doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, those overnight doubles.
Oh man.
Oof.
That's literally what I just finished doing, bro. I went in at 3 and left at 6 in the morning the next day, 2 times in a row. And that kills me,
When
bro.
it's dead, you're like, why am I alive?
Bro.
I've been here my entire life.
It feels that way. It straight up feels that way, bro.
Yeah.
Like you get to a point where you're almost hallucinating type shit. It's like, yo, who are these niggas, bro? Like, bro, I don't know, man. Being an adult though, like just in general, it kind of sucks. Kind of just like
it. I do think about very often how cool and mindless it was to just be a kid.
yeah, man.
On one hand, I miss it, but on the other, I wouldn't go back to it because like obviously being an adult comes with its freedoms.
Oh yeah,
Its liberty and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like all the actual adulting stuff is just part of life. So
right.
depending on your mindset, it's just like you just gotta
Mm-hmm.
do what you gotta do.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's whatever. But like you said, looking back, it definitely like warms your heart. Like the lack of responsibility and just like mindless fun we used to have as kids. It was just
Yeah, it's basically like a trade-off. Like you're
Right.
a kid and you have all this fun, but you want freedom. Then
Yeah.
you're an adult and you have all this freedom, but you want more fun.
yes, exactly. Pretty much.
That's why my main goal in life is to do whatever I need to right now, stack that bread, and just chill for the rest of my
That's
life.
the
until I
goal,
die.
man. Straight up, that's the goal. Like, literally, I'm trying to be financially free by 30. Like that. I know that's like it sounds unrealistic. It sounds like a crazy goal, but like, honestly, that's where I'm aiming at. Like, 30 years old,
It's absolutely possible, man.
that's it. Like, I'm buying a house somewhere and I'm living the rest of my life doing whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, man. For sure. Like it's absolutely possible. I see people like on the internet do that all the time or like talk about how they're like all the success that they've had at such a young age. It's really inspiring and it's also like, damn, I wish I were him,
Right. I'm saying, bro. Yeah, but I just started listening to believe it or not, I just started listening to Freddie Gibbs. And that
Really?
man, yes. That man goes hard, bro. I really like
Man,
I
you've
really
been
like
sleep-
Freddie Gibbs. I
you've
know,
been
I've been
sleep
asleep for a long
Wow,
time.
man.
I just got hit to Freddie Gibbs and like he goes hard.
Yeah, have you heard Pinata and Alfredo?
I'm listening to his discography like,
In order?
yeah, in order.
Oh, I do that too. Whenever I discover quote unquote an artist, I'll start from the beginning and just go down the line. But
Yeah.
you definitely got to listen to Pinata and Alfredo.
For sure.
Pinata, he did that with Madlib, and Alfredo was with Alchemist.
Mm.
Which like I didn't realize until like I was reading through some comments on YouTube, and somebody I was on an Earl video, of course.
Right.
But somebody was like, Earl and Alchemist need to do like an Earlchemist album.
Yo,
That's kind of a dope
that's
name.
tough. That's actually tough.
And then somebody else was like, yeah, that's like Alfredo. And I was like, wait, Alfredo, Alchemist, and Freddie. How did I not pick up on that? I'm such a fool.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Have you heard of Dax?
The name sounds familiar, but I'm sure I've heard like maybe one of his songs.
Yeah, he's if you look at him, he kind of looks like Tupac, just with like crazy hair. But he's kind of nice. He's like a little bit. He's still on the come up, so he's not really like, he hasn't really established himself for real. But he's kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie. He's I'll throw up a verse or something, in post or something like that. But I like him a lot. I like him a lot. I suggest you like, listen to some of his stuff.
For sure. I'm always on the lookout for more underground artists.
Hmm.
That's usually what I listen to.
Yeah. Yeah. You sent me a playlist for a bunch of Brazilian music, and I've been listening to it, dude. And there have been some stuff that I haven't listened to before, and I showed my mom, and she was like, "Yo, this I used to crank this when I was a kid." I was like, "Yo, that's tough,
That's what's
dude.
up, man.
That's tough."
It's always like high key cool, like listening to a song and then like your parents will pick up on it or something. Like,
Yeah.
no, I used to listen to this when I was a kid.
This was a banger when I was
Yeah.
coming. I was like, "True, I see why." Yeah, like when I showed her the one of the songs in the playlist, she sat me down literally and like got me hip to a bunch of other songs she used to listen to as a kid, and I was like, "Yo,
That's what's up.
this is
man.
actually tough. This is really really tough." Because like, growing up, she like, I guess my family in general, they have the universal taste of like bossa nova, which is
Yeah.
basically, you know what it is. It's
Yeah.
just like a jazzy lo-fi kind of feel where it's just like really smooth and quiet, right?
Yeah.
But the stuff that she showed me, when she sat down and showed me all her music, was like it was almost like like funky soul. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like, I didn't even know that it was. I mean, obviously, it's possible for any culture, any language, but like listening to it in Portuguese, like the funky sampling they would do, not even sampling, but just like inspirations that they had into
Yeah.
their songs, it's just like crazy, and they made it into their own thing. And it was just like, wow, you can't even compare to like funk here, when you're talking about like Brazilian funk. It's not even like a comparison, and not to say that like their funk is better than the funk
Yeah,
here.
just like
It's just like
in the literal sense.
it's literally, you can't compare because
Yeah.
they're so different, but
Yeah.
like it's from the same like genre, you know what I'm saying? It's just so nice.
That's what I love so much about music, just how diverse it is. Like there's a literal endless sea of just everything.
Right.
And if you're on the lookout for it, like it's just such a blessing to be able to like have ears, man. I just love music so much, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I highly recommend for anybody who typically listens to like the same artists or like the same genres and stuff, like just broaden your horizons, like listen to world music, like from different countries, different cultures. Like I guarantee you, like it'll open your eyes, it'll open your ears. You'll find some stuff that you would never guess you would love. And if you also make music, like that'll also help make your own music. Like it'll, like the more inspiration that you draw from, the more creative you can be with your own artistry.
Right. The deeper your own identity will
Yeah,
be in your
yeah, absolutely.
music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like, I've been trying to do just that, like listening to some world music. And I landed in Russia like recently, and man, honestly, like I always thought it was like Russia just had like opera style like music,
When
like
I think
the,
Russia, I think like hard bass and stuff like that.
yeah, right. I don't know. I just never really thought of listening to music out of Russia because it was either like opera style or just like hardcore EDM. You know what I'm saying? But like the stuff they got over there is kind of nice. Like I'm not even gonna lie, it's pretty nice as far as just like the instrumentals go and stuff like that. Like obviously listening to music from all around the world, you're not gonna know what they're saying. If you don't speak the language, but
And that's the beauty of music as well. Like how I said on one of the earlier episodes, it really just comes down to if you feel it or not.
exactly. Like that's all it comes down to. If you like it, then you like it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's if you feel it, then that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. That's not to say that like lyrics are unimportant or anything, but
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't necessarily have to detract from the song if you either don't understand the lyrics or I don't know, you don't like the lyrics or something like that.
Yeah.
It's all about that feeling, baby.
It's all about that feeling, bro. Quick plug. Look out for us. Because we're trying to make, I mean, obviously we've said it a couple times in past episodes, but we're trying to make music too. Look out for that sometime in the future. At
Yep.
some point, we're going to try to make like an intro and an outro, intro and outro song for the podcast. So,
Yeah, I was actually also thinking like we could have just like a loop go on in the background, like really faint while
Yeah.
we're talking and stuff like that.
yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna work on that.
For sure. Man, I was thinking about the the movie conversation from last episode. Dude, do you remember watching like the TMNT movies that Michael Bay made?
Yeah.
The team. What did you think about those?
I'm pretty sure I've seen like pretty much all the TMNT movies, like the 80s
Like even the
ones,
classic ones?
Or was it 80s or 90s? Yeah,
I think
the
it was,
classic ones.
I think they
when
were.
they
I think it
in,
might
like,
have been
the-
'90s.
The big turtle suits.
Yeah.
Those corny ass movies. There was a 2000, I think it was 2008, like an animated 2008 movie. I saw that one too.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course I've seen the Michael Bay ones.
Yeah.
Like in retrospect, I never realized how much of a big TMNT fan I was. But
Right.
I've watched pretty much most of the media, if not all of it.
Right. Right.
I didn't read like the OG comics though.
Yeah, did you know that the original creators of TMNT, and the OG comic, it was originally intended to be like super gory and
Yeah,
dark.
it was like for mature audiences.
Yeah.
They all had red masks instead
right,
of different
right.
colors.
And they all brutally murdered their enemies. Yo, speaking of brutally murdering their enemies, did you know that in the second classic trilogy, like the second movie, in the classic trilogy, or however many movies they made with the rubber suits,
Yeah.
I think it was either the second or the third movie, they didn't even use their weapons. It was all like,
They would like have it in their hands and like do punches. and
yeah,
kicks and
they would
stuff like
have
that.
it in their
Yeah, I
hands,
remember.
but it would just be like, oh, like they would like kick them down or something like
Yeah,
that.
I remember like kids stuff was always like that back in the day.
Man, yeah.
Like the biggest example I can think of is like Wolverine. Like if
Oh, man.
you can't even
Nah.
realistically do Wolverine justice in any
You can't.
in
Literally.
any show that's like geared towards like a younger audience.
Every single show with Wolverine in it, when it's directed for kids, they would almost always throw robots at him.
Yep,
It
it's
was
always
always
And you
robots.
know what? That's not even always a bad thing because like how we said last time, like Wolverine and the X-Men, that show kicked ass.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That show
So like
rocked,
it was
but-
just amazing.
But still, it's always robots for every show now that you
If
mention
they have
it.
like knives or like
Yeah.
Because like for TMNT, even the TMNT shows, it was always they always throwing robots at the
Yeah, man.
like the Foot Clan. I think in almost all of the TV shows,
like
the Foot Clan were
droids.
just droids. Yeah. So I guess I don't know.
But yeah, back to the Michael Bay movies. I don't remember really much of everything that happened. It was, look, when it comes to action movies, I really don't ask for much. If it's just like entertaining, that's totally fine. They were entertaining enough to me,
Yeah.
but they were still also like pretty forgettable. I mean, it's Michael
Yeah.
Bay. I knew exactly what
Yeah.
I was getting into.
Oh,
Watching it.
100%. Yeah, Michael Bay is not like, and I think he even knows that. He even
He
knows
for
this.
sure
He's
knows
just
this.
like he's not even like trying to do anything like super special. It's all
Yeah.
about just like high octane action,
Like-
and that's it. That's all I'm going for.
I'm
you know,
pretty sure like he had a quote on like just straight up saying like I make movies for teenage boys. And, you know, I'm a 23-year-old man, but like I'm still a teenage boy at heart. So.
right? And honestly, like there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like if that's what he wants to do, man. Like by all means, do what you got to do.
He's making bank doing it.
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly. Exactly, dude.
Do your thing, man.
What was the last movie he even made? Was it like, I think it was a Netflix movie with Ryan Reynolds. I think that was the last movie he
We
made.
tried watching that.
We
actually.
tried watching
We
it.
tried.
Yeah. That was really bad. I'm
It was
not gonna
what was
lie.
it called? 6 Underground.
6 Underground. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was
It was
called
6
like
Underground.
6 or
It's
7
just-
Underground or something like that.
Like, Bay is never good at making stories,
No.
and it leads to sometimes things just like jumping all over the place, and you're like, "What the hell just happened?"
What am I looking at? What am I looking at?
That was the look. I know that happens in all the Transformers movies, but it's passable because I don't know. Because I'm dumb. But
no. No, I know what you're trying to get at. It's passable because the premise itself is carrying the story.
yeah,
right.
like it works well enough.
Right. The premise did not carry the story as well as Transformers because like to be quite honest with you, it's an overused, boring premise, right? Where it's just like, oh, we're ghosts, like
Black
we're
Ops.
we're Black Ops ghosts, and we faked our deaths, and we gotta do one last mission to blah blah blah.
It
Like
really-
it's
It had potential, but like it just wasn't executed well. We just
Right.
straight up didn't finish watching.
yeah.
it.
We got like maybe halfway, and it was just like I can't.
I feel like his storytelling is just getting worse because I legitimately like all of the Transformers movies except for the last one that he made, the last
night. Oh my god.
That one was an actual mess.
Wow. Yeah.
And it surprised me that I didn't like it because, like I said, I liked all the other ones, even though they're like pretty garbage.
He
but-
had the thing with the last Transformers movie was because he had like a lot of cool like set pieces, right? Like he had like a lot of cool like individual scenes.
Yeah.
But none of those scenes connected with each other.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, and he kind of shot himself in the foot with like the plot going into Age of Extinction, where he pretty much killed off all the Transformers.
Right.
Because like from there you don't really have much to work with. Like that one scene where Megatron was like telling Lennox to like bring out his crew. I'm like, first of all, Megatron would never say some dumb shit like this. Bring out my crew, Nitro Zeus. I wish
Nitro
Megatron would
Zeus.
say some shit like Nitro Zeus with a straight face. Like, nah. that whole scene was literally just a toy ad, and it was so blatantly obvious.
So bad, dude. It was so
Like he
bad.
would never like legitimately have anybody that corny on his team. He would just slice him in half or something. That's the Megatron I know. the Megatron I
Yeah.
know.
You blast him in the face.
And it's such a shame because like his Megatron's design in that movie was great.
It
I
was
thought
cool.
really
Oh my gosh,
And they
it was
brought
the
back-
coolest one.
And they freaking brought back Frank Welker. He was the original voice in the cartoon,
Right,
From
right.
the G1 cartoon, and they wasted him, man.
That was like literally the perfect looking Megatron, right? He was just super cool. He had like a super cool sword. Like he had like
Yeah.
a red marking, like red
Like
scar
80
marking.
feet tall.
Like,
Did you see how much taller he was
Yes.
compared to Meg? He was huge.
He was massive. And like he had almost nothing to do with that movie.
Yeah.
He had nothing to do in that movie.
He didn't even die in the movie, bro. Like he got kicked out of that like spaceship, and you just never hear from him again.
right?
Like at least give him he got like a cool death in all the other ones, but they just did him dirty in that one. They just like literally cast him aside and called it a day.
Right. They also gave Bumblebee the stupidest upgrade, quote unquote, you could think of.
With like the
gave him
magnetism.
gave
With
him
they turned him into the Iron
into the Iron Giant. I was just gonna say. Like, oh my goodness, man.
just to take away any like resemblance of tension. Like that whole scene where he tried to
fighting-
turn Optimus back.
Right.
It was like there's no tension
Made
in
no
it because
sense.
he just comes back together. It's whatever.
Right. Oh my gosh. Mark Wahlberg did not do any of those movies any favors. I'm gonna be 100%.
Yeah,
Mark Wahlberg
I-
did not do.
I miss Sam.
I do too. I
Like,
know
I don't-
Shia LaBeouf hated those movies, but man,
I know he hated it, and like I know, like again, like people got to say what they say about those movies and like the human
side,
parts.
yeah.
But
He brought
he had a
charm.
charm.
He brought charm
He had
to
a
those
legitimate
movies.
charm to
Yes,
the movies for sure.
Exactly.
Like you can tell where he was just like done with it. Like in the third one,
Yeah.
he was losing his mind like like in the script. You could see him like having a mental breakdown. But it was so good.
When he also real quick, he is always dating a supermodel in every single freaking shit.
That would never happen in real life.
Like he bounced from supermodel to supermodel in like each movie. Well, he only dated two people,
But still,
even still, Yeah, but like that one part in 3 or Dark Side of the Moon where his girlfriend came out, or I think he was just super jealous that his girlfriend was talking to this other dude, and he
The dude that she worked for.
yeah, and he had a mental breakdown in the car.
I was thinking about that exact scene.
He was
That's
like-
my favorite scene.
And I was like, I don't think that's in the script, to be honest with you. He's just mad.
They're using the metal detector on him, or like I don't know what it's called, but yeah, that thing. Mm-hmm. He was like, "Oh yeah, that's my anklet. And those are my toe rings." And just like some random dumb shit. He really was just losing his mind.
I'm saying, bro, that's funny as hell. Oh my gosh. Yo, I was thinking about the Power Rangers movie that came out a couple of years ago.
I actually didn't see that.
You didn't see it?
I didn't see it.
I wanna say you should see it, but to be honest with you, you're really not missing out on a lot.
That's what I figured. That's why I
You're-
didn't watch it.
You're not missing out on a lot. Like, I watched it. When I watched it, I was like, it took 80, like it took pretty much all movie for them to get fully suited up. Like,
I really hate when
Oh
they.
my
I feel
gosh.
like all modern movies take way too long.
Way too long,
to get to
dude.
the point that you come to the movie for. Like the first Godzilla movie, like the
Oh,
recent ones.
wow.
In the new like cinematic universe. or
right,
whatever.
right. Like the first Godzilla, you
Yeah.
didn't see Godzilla in his full glory until like 75% of the movie.
Yeah.
75% in, you didn't see him. Like,
Such a pain.
you only saw like his shin, like a roar, his eyeball maybe, his tail waving around.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like, dude, please. Like I said, the Power Rangers, man, that movie, way too much like what world building. Way too much world building, too much exposition.
It's like, bro, it's Power Rangers.
That's what I was saying throughout the whole thing. It's Power Rangers, man. Like
nobody's
why
here
are
to-
you trying to like
Nobody's here
overcomplicate-
to brush up on Power Rangers lore.
Yeah, we all know what's happening, bro. We all get it.
Just bring out the aliens, bring out the Megazords,
Bring out the kung fu and start beating
start
on the-
wrecking shit, bro.
Start throwing hands.
Start exploding, start wrecking shit.
Yeah, now we are.
My fault, OGs. Our production team forgot to replace the batteries. So they've been summarily fired and executed, and we replaced the batteries.
Yeah.
So we're back to it. We were talking about Power Rangers, the movie.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it, but yeah. All you need is explosions and aliens and Megazords.
That's literally it, bro. And they took, I think the movie was like an hour and a half. I mean, and they took the whole hour before they got fully suited up and fought like aliens and stuff and used the Megazord and all that stuff. Like, why do movies feel the need to do that, to like overcomplicate shit that everyone already knows about? Like, it doesn't make any type of sense.
I know.
Like, good God.
Like even with Mortal Kombat, like we were talking about this
Oh, yeah.
already. If they really just like cut to the chase and it was just literally the tournament.
Right. Right. Literally, like, lay it out like the Chunin exams from Naruto.
Yeah.
Lay it out like that.
Yeah.
Like, you can put in some exposition, some world building in there in between fights or even in the middle of fights, you know? Mm-hmm. But, like, you gotta feel the need to, like, all right, we gotta put, give Kano and Sonya a side story where they go and find another character, and we got to give this character a side story where they
Yeah.
find this character, and then we got to bring them all together at the end for this cool final battle. Like, no, stop doing that dumb shit, bro.
I feel like they do that because they're trying to appeal to the most people possible, obviously, because they're trying to make that money.
Right.
And those people that don't have any knowledge of the media are going to be like, okay, who are these people? Why should I care about them? So they feel like that they got to add like this extra story to it and stuff like that. But I don't know. To me, it's like, make the movie for your intended audience. Like the people who are going to watch Mortal Kombat, for example, they already know about Mortal Kombat. They play Mortal Kombat. They love Mortal Kombat. So cut straight to the chase. No BS. Just they're here to see some gore. So,
Exactly.
deliver on that. Just some good fighting and some gore.
Right. Exactly. Oh, yo, I've been meaning to ask you this, but like, is your buddy Jake in town, or is he still in Georgia?
I was actually gonna ask him because I want him to be a guest on here.
Yeah, I want him to like, because we like to talk about movies and obviously like in pop culture and stuff. So I feel like he'd be a perfect guest.
Mm-hmm.
But when was the last time you talked to him?
Like we talked a little bit like a couple days ago, but it wasn't like a deep conversation or anything like that.
Okay, is he still like in university?
He graduated, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I was legit gonna hit him up. Shout out
Okay.
to you, Jake, if you're listening to this.
Yeah, bro,
We're
shout
gonna
out
get
to
you
you.
on here for sure.
For sure. I also brought him up because I finished the story, my short film story.
Oh,
So
yeah?
I want to get him on to help me like with the production and stuff.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah,
That'd be real cool.
that'd be tough. I wrote you in as one of the robbers.
Yeah, I like being the thug. You know? I remember I was one of the henchmen for one of his
Yeah.
movies, and I died.
We both died so
Yeah, we
brutally.
did. I forgot you were there too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. And then another movie before that, I was supposed to be like a home invader, like a killer or something.
Right. Yeah, I never got to see that one.
Being the bad guy rules, man.
That guy's awesome. I remember dying in his second short film, Take Out Robert. I got freaking like strangled with a belt and thrown in a stall.
Oh yeah, that one was really cool.
That was a fun time. But yeah, I feel like I want to be the main character, but I don't think anyone would know how to like operate the camera the way I want them to. So I'm trying to find like the main character. If no one can operate the camera, but that's why I low key want Jake, because I feel like he knows what he's doing when it comes to like
Yeah,
cinematography
absolutely.
and stuff.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so there's two thugs, the main character, another like standby person that's in the grocery store, and then the cashier. So that's pretty much it. I feel like it doesn't matter because it's not gonna come out for a while. So I'll talk about it. But yeah, basically like I want the story to go like, okay, so this guy's walking down, he's like, he's listening to music or whatever. He gets a call from his mom or his dad or whoever. It's like, hey yo, can you run by the store, pick some things up? We need some eggs or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, I got you, because he was already walking home.
Yeah.
And so he stops by the grocery store. He goes like to the very back of the grocery store, and he's like picking up some eggs or like, I don't know, like a drink or something like that. And then out of nowhere, like these two thugs just like kick the door open, like just super intense, like, hey, go, get on the ground right now, let's go, get the cash out. And like, the random bystander, she's like screaming at her like, like shut that bitch up. So, like the thug one is like trying to get the bystander to be quiet. Thug two is like pressuring the cashier to give the money up. The cashier is like fumbling around, like he's trying to get the cash register open or whatever. So it's taking a little bit, but they haven't noticed like the main character, and the main character sees him, like he like ducks down behind like one of the aisles, and he's like, oh my gosh, like what do I do? Like, holy crap. And he's thinking about different scenarios, different options that he has. And he's trying to think like, okay, there's option A. I have the element of surprise. They don't know I'm here. So I can rush them, like I can take one of them out, maybe go for the gun, or maybe go for the thug two and grab his bat. Cause like thug one has a bat, thug two has a gun.
Okay.
So he's like trying to think of different ways he can like take him out. And basically option A is just rushing him. So in that scenario, it's actually like filmed, that whole scenario. So like he like runs from the opposite side of the aisle he was on, and like rushes thug two with the gun, like grabs the gun, and like he like lifts his arm like they're shooting the ceiling, and pretty much like he's got him like in a chokehold while he's holding the gun. And thug one with the bat pretty much like just hits me in the side of the head, and I fall down. They shoot me like they shoot me a couple times and I die. And that's option A. Is like, and then he's like, oh no, I can't do that shit. Option B is pretty much like he just runs out before they even notice, or before they can even catch him. And it's pretty much like he escapes, but he looks back and he sees that, you know, he hears a couple gunshots.
Yeah.
And he like, obviously he feels bad for her because he could have done something to stop that, but like that's option B. He leaves, he gets away from, you know, with whatever. And pretty much like it's I'm not getting into like, you know, super detail or whatever, but they're supposed to be like fairly long sequences.
Yeah.
And pretty much once he like stops thinking about what he wants to do and he makes a decision, everybody's dead. Like the cash register's been taken, like the money's gone, the cashier's dead and the bystander's dead. And he gets up, he's like, all right, I know what I'm gonna do. He gets up, it's too late.
Jeez.
And then he grabs a carton of eggs and leaves.
Those burglars are sloppy. Oh my god.
I'm saying. I mean, it wasn't a bank. This is like a convenience store. You know what I'm saying? So
but still, god dang.
I'm saying. Brutal. But that's pretty much it. But the hardest part to me is like the hardest part that's probably going to be the part that's probably going to be the hardest part to film is like the first sequence or the first option where like the little fight scene. Because I don't know anything about choreography. I don't know anything about like any sort of like action type techniques.
Yeah.
So
YouTube, man.
yeah, I guess I'll just go to
has
YouTube.
a wealth of knowledge. You can learn anything on there.
But yeah, look out for that. It's gonna be on this channel when it's done. So
We're gonna do all types of stuff on here.
yes,
We
sir.
already said it. We already said this, but you know, we have big plans, man. We're excited.
For sure, dude. For sure. Look out next week. Look out for next week because there's gonna be, alongside the podcast, there's gonna be another episode. It's another episode of something. I'll let y'all know what that is soon, but look out for that. It's gonna be coming up soon. But yeah, man. Oh, shit. Yeah. So what episode are you on One Piece?
Let me pull up my phone real quick because I don't know. I know I'm in the Fishman Island arc. I already passed the time skip.
Okay.
They haven't actually gotten to the island yet,
Got you.
but I am on episode 524.
Okay. All right. Nice. You're catching up. You're catching up
for
Yeah.
sure.
Man, One Piece ain't no joke, bro. I really thought for a long time that One Piece is just too long, and it seems too childish. Like it's just like there's no way this is heat. You know what I'm saying? Like because my initial impression of One Piece was WB for kids. And I thought that shit was whack. Like back in the day, like watching it, I was just like,
That's
what is
because
this?
that's the censor.
Yeah. It's like the super. I mean, obviously, like, I mean, I didn't know that was the case as a kid, but it just kind of left like a weird taste in my mouth. But yo, it's true what people say, man. Like, it only gets better. And you get hooked after a while.
Yep.
And it's actually super sad. Some of the stuff is super like, for a while, I thought that Nami's backstory was sad. And we're just talking about backstories here.
I was just about to ask you, like, whose backstory do you think
Chopper's
is
is the saddest backstory, hands down. Chopper's, I understand that Sanji's is like his actual backstory it's hella sad. Like Sanji and Chopper are almost tied, but Chopper just gets that edge just because it was just, like I felt more emotion for Chopper.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think Chopper's is the saddest, but I felt like it was the most emotional.
Yeah,
like
it
the whole payoff for everything, and like him completing his character arc within that arc, quote unquote.
Yeah.
You know, like when what's her name, Dr. Kuriha. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation, but when she released like the flowers in the sky, and he saw that display, and he just started bawling.
He was bawling like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, man.
Yeah, that was a really touching moment.
It was so touching, bro. I couldn't deal. I was like,
Yeah, that was for sure the most emotional, I think. But I think like the saddest would probably be Robin. Hers was just straight up depressing.
it was. It really was. I'm not even gonna lie.
Bro,
Like,
like she had a terrible life, man.
I'm saying. I'm saying.
All at like 8 years old.
Right. You know what's crazy? It's like Oda has a way. Oda has a way of like telling just perfectly sad stories for some reason, and that's the only way I can really describe it. It's like perfectly sad. Everything is set in place to be like as sad as humanly possible. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
for even just like for example, this wasn't even like a prominent like story arc. It was just like a few episodes. But Laboon's story arc, you remember Laboon?
yeah.
I mean, dog, that was so sad for no reason. Like it was just like I felt so bad for this
Yeah.
whale. You know?
Laboon and Brook together, like they
Oh,
also
yeah.
have like hella sad stories.
Yeah, 100%.
The reason I feel like Robin's is the saddest is because like I feel like, to me personally, like she lost the most. Like literally every single person that she knew was gone. They were
Yeah.
killed, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And then she had to be on the run for 20 years, never trusting anybody.
I'm saying.
Like the little semblance of happiness that she found even when she was with those people, because she was
just-
already struggling.
It was snuffed out.
Yeah.
Like-
Like she was already struggling when those people were around, and then they're just gone.
Right.
And then she finally meets her mom just for her to die. Like,
Bro. Bro. Like,
I'm like looking back on what's it called, Water 7 and Annie's Lobby. Mm-hmm. Like I don't blame her wanting to die.
yeah, yeah. Honestly, if anyone being put in that type of situation, like, and you walk out alive, like without like killing yourself, but like, hey, good shit, bro. you
Yeah,
got a
man.
strong mind.
But whew, Water 7 and Annie's Lobby, that arc was S tier.
Oh, for sure.
S tier.
For sure. 100%. Dude, I know you haven't watched Naruto, or have you?
I have. I've seen all of the first part. I don't.
Oh, so you
I don't remember everything, but like I've seen.
So
all
you
of it.
watched pre-time skip?
Yeah, I've seen Prime Time Skip, and I've watched a decent chunk of Shippuden.
Shippuden. How?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably like maybe a quarter way through or like a third way through Shippuden.
Okay. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I like Naruto a lot. I like Naruto a lot because I've watched everything, and at least in high school, I was a part of. I had like a bunch of different like friend groups, and I was a part of this Hispanic friend group that like worshipped Naruto. Right? It was just like Naruto was the best anime. We played like Naruto games.
You
together.
can't be Goku though.
Yeah.
You can't be Goku though.
No, this was a Naruto cult. Like, and I got kind of hypnotized, and I was like, yeah, you know what? Naruto is the GOAT. Yeah, Naruto is the best, right?
But can he be Goku?
But can he be Goku though? Yeah. But I like as time goes on, and I'm watching different anime, and I'm like, absorbing some more. I look back on Naruto. Naruto's still really good. I really like Naruto, but it's not the GOAT. Naruto is not the GOAT. Like, I'm not talking about the character. I'm talking about the anime.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's
I know what
just
you mean.
not. It's not the best out there. It has a great story. A lot
Yeah.
of touching moments, a lot of great action. It's your. I would not say it's your run of the mill shonen because it's a lot more than that. But at the end of the day, if you're looking for something like there is something more touching. There's always going to be something more touching, like something that's going to like tug on your heartstrings more. And I'm not just talking about like sadness or anything. I'm just talking about from a storytelling perspective. Like,
Yeah, and I think the reason for that is like you think about the big three. You got One Piece, you got Naruto, and you got Dragon Ball.
right,
Like those are the three shonen that laid the groundwork for everything that came after that.
right.
you know? And because of that, people have this template, if you would, to work off of, and like naturally it only gets better from there.
Right.
Like
right.
if you have a pioneer, like everybody else is going to want to do better than that. So sometimes that's what actually happens. So over time you watch something that's more recent and you might think is better than what came before it, but that thing wouldn't exist if not for what came before it.
Right.
So I think that's exactly what the case is with Naruto.
Yeah, like I said, Naruto's really good. Like, there are a lot of like there are a bunch of characters from Naruto that I personally find like are my favorite anime characters of all time. Like, and it comes from Naruto, and from a storytelling perspective, like some of the characters that are written in Naruto are the best written characters to date, in my opinion. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
One Piece and Naruto have some amazing world building.
Oh my gosh, yes sir, yes sir. Real quick, just to talk about like the anime fandom in general, I hate when niggas are talking about like, oh yeah, can Luffy beat Kakashi? Like, nigga, it's two different worlds, bro.
Luffy don't exist in
Lu-
Kakashi's world.
Oh, that's what
and
I'm
vice
saying.
versa. Who
I'm
cares?
saying, like, what the hell? Keep it in house. Keep that shit in house, bro.
To me, that's like, it's fine. It's like, this is a stupid comparison, but it's whatever. But
Right.
when it's like, when people feel like they're better than other people for what they like or what they don't like, that shit is so cringy.
I'm saying, bro.
Like,
it
bro, you have a
sucks.
superiority complex over something that you didn't even make.
I'm saying, like,
You're just watching it and consuming it like everybody else. You loser.
right. You didn't come up with these characters, man. And you're like protecting them like they need to be protected or some shit, or gatekeeping like it's your
Yeah,
job.
it's
Like
so
it's
weird.
Stop it.
It's so weird, man. It's so weird.
Relax.
I hate it.
The My Hero fandom needs to die. The My Hero fandom needs to freaking die, bro. Straight up. They're some of the weirdest niggas I've ever seen on the planet. I'm telling
Yeah.
you. And I'm not talking about the entire fandom. You know who I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
You know who I'm
Like,
talking
if
about.
you watch the short, or like if you're around like that subculture the way that we are, like you know exactly
what
we're
I'm
talking
referring
about.
to.
Yeah.
Because it gets to a point where it's like I don't even want to watch the show anymore because I don't want to be like I don't want to be like associated with you niggas, dude.
Luckily for me, like I've never let a fandom ruin my enjoyment of something that I want to watch or do watch.
Mm-hmm.
But like if I were that type of person, yeah, I wouldn't be able to rock with My Hero. I just mostly ignore them.
Right. I mean, it was an exaggeration, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like it's frustrating to like see like on social media and stuff like that where it's like people are like, well, how do I even use the word, like perversing like the characters, I guess, in a way where it's just like, for example,
They slutting them out.
yeah, for example, the My Hero characters are kids, first of all, right? They're
like 14,
freshmen
15
in high
yeah,
school.
They're like 14, 15 years old.
Right, exactly. And these people are like making Bakugo and Kirishima like fuck each other. like 80% of the fandom is just like, I need these kids to fuck each other, and it's like that's what I need. That's what I want to see, and that's what I fantasize about all the time.
Hell no. That's where I draw the line. Like, you know, like like when people ship characters, I don't mind that. I don't mind that
Shipping
at all.
is all right, whatever. We can
Like,
ship characters. But
personally, I think it's corny. Like, I don't ship any characters of my own mind, I guess.
Right,
you know?
or volition.
Like what happens in the show is what
yeah,
happens in my
exactly.
brain.
Yeah, that's
But if other people want to see these characters together, that's totally fine with me. That's
right.
Like, you know, do whatever you want.
Right.
But if it goes down like a sexual route like that for children,
Yeah, dude.
like I don't care what anybody's justification is. Like, oh, it's just a drawing. That's weird. That's
Lollies, I'm sure you know what lollies are. Like Lolitas.
I think so. Yeah.
It's basically just like they're girls, like just
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
it's just,
Okay. Yeah.
it's
yeah.
just small like little girls, right? There's an entire genre, like subgenre of like anime and hentai where it's just like just little girls, right? And that shit right there, dog. Niggas that animate that, niggas that make stories around lollies, they need to get dragged out and shot in the street, straight up.
Oh man. Yeah, I can't rock with that. Either.
I can't rock with that
Like
shit,
again,
dude.
it is just a drawing, but I'm not. Nah, I'm so uncomfortable.
It's
with
never
that
just
shit.
a drawing, though. Like
It isn't for them, but I mean that's the justification that some people would make, and you know that's the literal legal justification. Like you can't go to jail for like drawing naked children, even though morally, it's weird as
It
hell.
should be morally
Yeah.
terrible to do. Like, I don't. Well, you know what? Niggas are always gonna be weird, but that's just a gripe I have.
Yeah,
with the-
absolutely.
It's just terrible. It's just terrible. All right, that's around the 45-minute mark, so I guess we can end it here. But yeah, appreciate y'all listening in. This one was, you know, we covered a lot of different topics. It wasn't like, you know, just one specific thing, I guess. So kind of like a variety episode. Thanks for listening in though. Appreciate it. It's been your host Gabe
And your co-host Darius, Sick Edition.
the Sick Boys edition. Catch y'all later.
Peace.
Peace.